Allison Mack, former Smallville actress and high-ranking member of the cult-like group Nxivm, was sentenced to 3 years in prison Wednesday. Mack is required to have 3 years of supervised house arrest at her parents' home in Orange County after serving her prison term and has to pay a $20,000 fine. In Mack's letter, which was submitted as part of the sentencing memorandum filed Friday, she apologized to people she has harmed by her actions. "I am sorry to those of you that I brought into Nxivm," Mack wrote. "I am sorry I ever exposed you to the nefarious and emotionally abusive schemes of a twisted man." Mack was arrested in 2018 along with several other Nxivm leaders, including Keith Raniere, who was convicted of racketeering charges and sentenced last year to 120 years in prison. She pleaded guilty to racketeering and racketeering conspiracy charges 1 month before Raniere's 2019 trial was set to begin. Sentencing guidelines recommended a range of 14 to 17.5 years in prison for Mack. Prosecutors had asked U.S. District Judge Nicholas Garaufis to give her below the recommended range because of substantial assistance she gave the government in the investigation and prosecution of others, they said in a court filing. Mack's attorneys had asked for her to receive no prison time. Garaufis called Mack an essential accomplice and a willing and proactive ally of Raniere, but also said, "I don't doubt that you were manipulated and also felt captive." He said he granted the prosecutor's request for a lesser sentence but wanted to impose a sentence that would still be fair to the seriousness of the crime and to deter others from doing anything similar. CNN has reached out to Mack's attorneys for comment on the sentence. Nxivm was a company in Albany, New York, that touted self-help classes. But prosecutors said within the organization, a secretive, female-only group was created that ultimately led to some women being branded with Raniere and Mack's initials and being coerced into giving compromising information, including nude photos, to the group's leaders on a regular basis. The group, known as DOS, involved several women who were known as first-line masters, who reported directly to Raniere and recruited other women as their slaves, according to testimony at the trial. Unbeknownst to many of the women, Raniere was the head of the group, and women were, at times, directed to have sex with him and send him nude photographs. Mack has been under house arrest at her parents' home for the past 3 years, since her arrest. Her attorneys said that in the past 3 years, Mack has gotten her associate degree at a community college in California, enrolled at UC Berkeley for a bachelor's degree program, and worked as a caterer. 1 week before Mack pleaded guilty, she began to cooperate with the government and share details about crimes committed and evidence, prosecutors said in their sentencing memo.